Keyboi'z.
Satisfaction. Satisfaction. Satisfaction.
Rank this bitch.
Satisfaction.
Keyboi'z.
Alright, what up, YouTubers? Tell you a little bit about mixing and mastering, man. First of all, you don't want red shit in your mix, man. You don't want it clipping, you know what I'm saying? Not just on the meter, but you don't want it clip also as a frequency. You know what I'm saying? When you EQ, make sure you got a frequency analyzer. Make sure your shit ain't clipping or peaking in there. You know, you don't want that orange shit or that yellow shit up in there. You know, like a reddish, like purple looking color, you know. But you don't want your shit clipping, man. Only thing you really want clipping as a frequency or peaking as a frequency, I should say, is your kick and your snare lead instrument, bass. Alright. While you're mixing, make sure you taking instruments that hurt your ear out. I play my kick, you know what I'm saying, towards all my other sounds just to see how they communicate with each other. That's a little trick of mine, you know. Just see how the sound communicates with your kick. Remember is that when you're mixing, you want to try to get that mix to sound the best way you know how. Because with that being said, it won't be so hard for you to master your shit, you know, because it already will be crisp. It will already have its little reverb, or its little delay to it, or its chorus, or its flanger on it, or whatever, man. Like shit right, you throw your effects on right, you know, because when you use effects, you don't want to use too much of an effect. Compression, you don't want to use too much of compression. Everything needs just a little bit of something. Some instruments probably don't even need it, you know, probably soften the sound or give it another dimension to it. That's all you're doing. After you do that, man, now you took out your hurting frequency. That's probably around about 400 to 600, you know, somewhere in the 800 to about 1.6 kilohertz, you know. Take that stuff out, man. You want to leave room for your vocals too. I want to get into next is gain staging or gain structure, I should say. But anyway, you want your whole mix to be peaking at about -12 to -6. Again, -12 to -6. Your whole mix, man. So you know, I normally try to have my stuff and my kick hitting at like -10. You know, everything else underneath that, you know, I try to use probably like a gain structure like -5, -7, if you will, because I like my kick and then my snare. Really, I like my snare and my kick, and then probably my vocal, then my lead instrument, and then probably my rhythm instrument. You know, my main instrument. Probably my hi-hats, you know. Then after that, I probably have my little twinkles down at the bottom, you know, like my pads, and then probably my little crazy synths, you know what I'm saying, here and there. You get your gain structure together, you know, throw up your limiter, you know, and get to work, man. What you want to do, turn on your lowest sound, like your pad or your synth or whatever, the lowest sound you got. What you want to do is take your threshold down to the lowest sound, where the threshold is going over the peaks or the loudest part. You want it like in the middle. That's like compressing anything. You want it to cut off them peaks, where it would just, you know, compress it to make it all even. Turn down your ceiling to -0.3. That's the recommendation. If your volume is peaking at -6, once you got everything planned, you're gonna turn up your gain volume up to +6. So now it's peaking at 0. It probably won't peak exactly at 0 because you got you got your ceiling at negative 0.3. But you know, in a nutshell, that's what mastering is. That's what mixing is, man. And basically, you want to get your sound right from in the mixing stage, just like you want to get your vocals right at the mixing stage, or should I say more when you record it. You know, when you record that sound, it should already be almost there to where you want it. That's about it, man. If you want to hit me up, contact me, ask me some questions. You can hit me up at you could hit me up at Facebook, which is one noeL, at my Gmail, which is noelengineer@gmail.com. You can hit me up on SoundCloud, noeL Engineer. You can hit me up on Twitter, noeL Engineer. Yeah, man, just get at me and let me know, you know, what you need help with, and I try to help you out, man, as best as I can. If you got any more pointers, you know, feel free to comment, tell me, you know, what you got, what little secrets you got going, what little tips and tricks you got. So, all right, holla.
Keyboi'z.
Satisfaction. Satisfaction. Satisfaction.
Rank this bitch.